Mulla was sitting with a group of students one day, and one of the students asked him, "Mulla, what is truth?" And then Mulla gruffed, and said, "Truth. Truth is something that I've never spoken and never will." One day, sitting with Divine Mother, in a large group sitting at her feet, there was someone weeping quietly in the group, and she pointed to them and said, "Why are you weeping?" And they responded, my heart is overwhelmed with compassion, feeling the pain of life and what's happening to and in our world." Divine Mother scolded her and said, "Compassion is of the ego." Then a few moments later, Divine Mother pointed to someone else, and the woman spoke up and babbled some story about how her daughter-in-law had spoken badly to her and lied to her and so forth. And Divine Mother said, "The trouble with you is you don't have compassion." And everyone laughed, of course. But there's a Sufi anecdote about an ordinary enough man, and he lived at the base of a hill on a road that travelers had to take. And most of the travelers who traveled that road, it could be said, were seekers after truth. Now the house of this ordinary man was somewhat of a way station, and people would stop and talk to him and find that he was a listener and kind, and would often give words of counsel. And it so happened that there came a time when a group of those travelers who had gone that way came together and shared some of their stories. And each of them told a story about this man, how they had stopped by and he had given them some advice. One advising him that he should make a raft, another that he should learn about agriculture. And there were many, many stories of the others who had gathered. And the stories went on to confirm that this counsel that had been given enabled them to face and experience in life, such as the man with the raft. He found that a group of those he was traveling with came to a raging river, but because he'd learned the way of making a raft, he was able to garner their aid and enable them to cross and ford the river. And the man who had learned about agriculture found that he was beset by a band of robbers, but when he was able to tell the robber chief about how it was possible to make a living by growing vegetables, he saved the lives from those brigands and the leader who listened and took his advice. And then the group of seekers who were there had a man stand up in their midst. And he said, "You know, there were many who passed by that door, and many who did not follow the advice. But you are the fortunate ones, because you have found truth." And they all looked at this man and recognized him as being the one who lived at the base of the mountain. And one of them stood up and asked him, "How come, when we came to you, you did not tell us ultimate truth? Why did you not speak of ultimate truth then?" The man spoke up and said it was only because you were able to do three things. First, you listened and heeded that advice. You took the journey that enabled you to prove the veracity of what was given in that way. And in this way, you have been able to recognize truth. So this story is a challenge, a question. What for you is that which you rest on? Or are you in that place where you no longer need nor seek truth, ultimate truth? Do you dare to answer this question? If someone asked you, "What is your truth?" what would you answer? What do you rest on? Are you still seeking some ultimate resting place? If so, you're still in constant movement, a seeker. So this question is a most important question for us. Do you dare to answer it? On what do you stand? Any answer that we deign to give is going to come from our mind. So what is truth for you?